to do the stuff you have to do to lose weight, that is hard. It's not easy. Hey there, Coach Devin here. I got called out a little bit on social media. It happens from time to time, and sometimes people are right, and sometimes people are wrong. In this case, I thought I should make a video about it because I think the person has some good points. I think I got some good points on that. So, I got called out because somebody said to me, Devin, you don't know what it's like to lose weight. You've always been pretty fit. It's easy for you. It's hard for the rest of us. Stop saying it's simple. It's not rocket science. If you 1 + 2 always equals 3, it's not like that for the rest of us. Okay, kind of right and kind of wrong. We're going to get into that in like 2 seconds. Before we get going, please hit that subscribe down below. Hit that heart. And there's also a bell on the other side. The bell lets you know when I'm making another video. Then you'll know that I'm making it. So hit that bell as well. And comment if you have ways that you have used to get more fit, if you think that I'm full of crap. I always like to have comments. It helps with the algorithm and it helps put out stuff. I've been a trainer for 28 years. I've owned a gym for 11 years. My goal is always to provide good, interesting, and scientific-based information to people. That's why I do what I do on here. I don't make a lot of money with this. It takes a lot of time, and I don't make any money really on the YouTube side of things. But please share this with your friends. The reason I do this is to try to help people get more fit. This is my passion. I love it. All right, so let's get at it. So somebody said to me, look, Devin, you say it's always easy. It's always simple, and I say this a lot, fitness isn't rocket science. Anybody can do it. You just got to put your time and your effort into it. If you do the things I tell you to do, you'll get fit. And she said to me, well, yes, maybe that might be true, but it actually is way harder than that. You don't know what it's like to be an overweight person. And you know what? That's a valid point. I do not know what it's like to be an overweight person. I've never been overweight in my life. BMI, I suppose you could say that I was overweight because I'm, heavier than I should be according to BMI, but I don't prescribe to BMI anyway, so we're not going to get into that. So, you know what? Yeah, I've never been overweight. That is true. I would say this, though, if you go to a doctor for cancer and that doctor hasn't had cancer, they can't possibly tell you anything about cancer. Look, I've done this a long time. Like I said, I've done this for 28 years. I may not know what it's like to be overweight myself, but it doesn't mean I don't understand and empathize with the plight and the challenges for people who are overweight or wanting to lose weight. Because here's the deal. I've done this a long time. One of the reasons that I've gotten good at what I do and I can help people lose weight is because I can empathize and I understand because I've worked with thousands and thousands of people. It's a lot. And you can imagine in 28 years of doing this job, I've fine-tuned some of the stuff, I've understood some of the things, and I know the challenges because, look, we all like to think of ourselves as being unique. I want to pretend I'm unique and, none of my issues are what somebody else would have. But in reality, we all are fairly similar. There's a certain similarity of the human experience. And for someone who is needing to lose weight, wanting to lose weight, I understand that because I've dealt with it a lot. So that's my first response to her on that one. So if you're sitting there thinking, Devin, what are you talking about? You don't know what it's like. I do know what it's like insofar I know what it's like to diet. Okay, I know what it's like to have to restrict your calories. I've done it for bodybuilding shows. I've done it several times in like January just to prove to people that I can do it. I'm doing it right now as we speak. So I have done extra exercise and I have restricted my calories since January 1st. I'm down 22 pounds. Does that mean I was morbidly out of shape? No, I wasn't, and I understand that. I know it. But you know what? I like a challenge, and from time to time, I like to play with stuff. So I do understand what it's like to need to lose weight. I haven't been an overweight person, but it doesn't mean I can't empathize with you and can't understand where you're coming from because I've done it a lot. And I'll say this with all respect, ma'am. Yes, you have been an overweight person and you get it, you understand it in a visceral way that I can't, I suppose. But I have dealt with thousands of people just like you, so I do empathize with you, I understand, and I can fix your problem. That's the other thing. When she's saying to me that her second part, which that's the only part I really take umbrage with. The first part, yes, I can't understand it insofar as it happening to me. I I haven't had that struggle in my life. And so it's not as difficult in that side of things. But the only thing I take umbrage with is that it's not as easy as I say it is. It's not easy. And I've never said it's easy. I've said that fitness isn't rocket science, 100%. Fitness is actually not a challenging thing on the science side of it, on how you do it. That's not challenging. That's not hard. My job is not hard to teach somebody what to do. To do it, that shit is hard. To do it, to do the stuff you have to do to lose weight, that is hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. But to teach you how to do it, that's pretty easy actually. And that's what I mean when I say fitness is not rocket science. Fitness itself is not rocket science. If you restrict your calories the way you're supposed to, if you exercise, you're gonna get results. It literally is that simple. And people often think that it's not, but it really, really is. And what I would like to say is, ma'am, I understand your frustration with weight loss. It's hard. I personally have been doing this a long time, but since January 1st, I decided, okay, Devin, you're heavier than you need to be. You probably want to get more fit. Let's not be a knucklehead about this. Let's drop some weight. It has been a challenge. It's hard. Restricting my calories, I don't like doing that. I like to eat. I'm not a huge eater, but I don't like to restrict my calories. So I don't like being hungry. Nobody likes being hungry. It's not fun. It's not a good time. But you know what? It's necessary for me. If I wanted to lose weight, I had to do it. So I did it, and I am doing it now. Got up this morning, I did cardio. Okay? I burned 300 some calories doing cardio, and then my breakfast was 300 calories. I'm at a net zero right now. Calorie-wise, I'm at a net zero. Does that feel great? No, it doesn't feel all that good. In fact, it feels kind of crappy because I'm hungry right now. But I'm at work, and I'm going to damn well eat what I brought with me to work. I'm not going to eat extra junk food. I'm going to live within the parameters of what I preach to other people. So I get where you're coming from. I understand it because I've done it and I've lived it, and it's hard and it's tough. But if you do it, the science part isn't hard. The science part's easy, but if you do it, you will get results. What you have to do is you got to trust the long game on this thing, okay? You have to trust the long game. You have to trust the process that it'll happen. Play the long game. You don't play for the short stuff. You're not playing for like tomorrow or today or even 3 days from now or 4 days from now. If you need to lose 30 pounds, or for example, me, let's go with me. I've lost 22 pounds. I didn't do it in a week. I didn't do it in 2 weeks. It's taken me so far 8 weeks to come down 22 pounds. I think that's pretty aggressive. It's pretty fast, actually. And if I was a client, I'd be like, sweet, you're dropping like 11 pounds a month. That's impressive. Is it sustainable forever? No, obviously not for my body type. But you know what? That's a goal. That's a goal that went well. You can't. And what I could say to all the people out there, like this lady that wrote me, it isn't the short game. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it's tough. You gotta play the long game, though. You're always playing the long game. It's not about today. It's not about this meal. It's about doing well in this meal and this exercise. So it's about doing well today, doing all the things you're supposed to do on your food and doing all the things you're supposed to do on fitness. And guess what? That stuff will pay out down the road. It doesn't pay out right now. Listen, it's like going to work. You don't go to work in the mailroom and say, wow, I've worked here for 2 days. All right, I'm going to be the CEO. It doesn't work like that. And it doesn't work like that in fitness either. You put in small pieces, little steps every day, a little step, a little step, a little step every day, add up to big stuff. 1 pound of fat, to lose 1 pound of fat, you need to drop 3,500 calories out of your diet, or you need to exercise that off, or a combination of the two. That's what you're probably going to do. But 3,500 calories, you're not going to do it in a day. You're not going to do it in 2 days, and you're not going to do it in 3 days. It's not that easy. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency, and it takes little steps every day. 300, 500 calories a day, you'll get there. You don't cut it out all in one day. So what I can say to my reader who wrote me, and she was nice, I'll say this, she wasn't rude to me. She was nice about it. I do empathize and understand where you're coming from. I don't understand it in quite the visceral way that you understand it, because yes, I haven't been overweight, but I've worked with thousands of people who have been, so I empathize what you're going through. I can promise you Yes, it seems really, really hard right now, but anything worth doing is hard at the time. It just is. And it will be hard at the time until you get to where you want to go. When you drove a car the first time, it was hard. Now you drive a car and it's a joke, and you don't even think about it. As long as you do the things you need to do, you'll get there. But you don't get there overnight. Dedication takes time. Work and success take time. You just got to put in your time. That's all you have to do. But if you put in your time, I can promise you good results do come. In fitness is not rocket science. It's pretty simple when you do what you're supposed to do. You have comments, questions, things you want me to talk about, write them up like this lady did. You know what? I thought that was, first off, I thought it was thought-provoking. It was worth a response. I don't think she's necessarily being mean. I liked what she had to say, and that's why I made a video about it. So if you have comments, questions, or things you want me to talk about, write them up, comment. I would love to hear from you. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody. Don't fight the awesome.